mail special from Mrs. George Andrews.
Well, you too lazy to come to the door and deliver it?
I'm not going through this gate.
That sign up there again. Darn that boy anyway.
Sign here. I'm not letting any dog gnaw on me. There ought to be a law against keeping vicious animals.
You mean Angus?
Don't tell me that's a dog.
Yep, that's him. Backyard's all cluttered up with the bodies of his victims.
He must be a terror when he gets mad.
Morning, Mom.
Oh, Don, such manners.
Sorry, but I gotta beat Dad downstairs. Boy, am I getting good. This makes 3 mornings straight. That's 30 cents he owes me. Oh, boy, popovers.
Here's an air nail special from those friends of yours in London.
Oh. London? Oh, boy. A clipper stamp and a censor mark. Is that keen? Can I have it to show the fellows at the club, Mom?
Yes, you can have it. Finish your orange juice.
Oh, Annie, why do you keep taking that sign down?
Because I'm sick and tired of trotting out to that front gate every time anyone comes to this house.
How's Angus gonna have any confidence in himself if I don't give him a little build-up once in a while?
Build-up? Well, then put the sign where nobody else but him can see it. I'm so glad they're okay. Must be terrible never knowing when a bomb's going to fall on you.
Oh, George.
Yes, dear.
The Aylesworths are sending Hugh to stay with us for the duration of the war.
Fine, I was hoping they would. It'll give them peace of mind about their boy. It'll give us a chance to repay them for their kindness to us in London.
Gee, that's keen, Mom. That's the English kid, isn't it? You said talks like a professor?
I didn't say anything of the kind. I said he spoke beautiful English. Hugh's a very nice boy.
You'll like him, son. Be pretty nice having a brother for a while, won't it?
Yeah, sure, Dad. It'll be super. But...
But what?
Oh, nothing. Only from what you and Mom said, he sounds kind of fancy and hi-hat. I was just wondering if the other fellows will go for him.
Don't you worry about him. He's what we men call a good egg.
Oh, I'll look after him, all right. I'll see that he gets along.
Good. When's he arrive, Mary?
Oh, they're not permitted to say, but we'll be notified before the boat reaches New York. Now, George, I want you to put the daybed up in Don's room. I think that's the best place for him. And Annie, I think we ought to get in some English tea. And what else do English children like?
What's your name?
Alice Burnham.
Where were you born, Alice?
Rye, Sussex, sir.
Thank you.
But I'm being sent to California. That isn't so far from Chicago, is it? I won't really be in Chicago, but it's a place only that far from it on the map. A village called Cleveland. Well, then we'll be seeing each other. Rather.
There she is, the lady with the lamp. Isn't she splendid? She's very tall. What's she holding torch for you? Well, my history book says so the people won't forget what she stands for. What does she stand for? Liberty. She was a gift from France to the United States. A Christmas present? No, a birthday gift on the 100th anniversary of American independence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, here we go. Don, I've told you the classroom is no place for dogs.
I'm sorry, Miss Abbott. I just can't make Angus quit following me.
Children. Then suppose you make him follow you down to the basement.
Don't you think I had ought to take him home?
No, I don't think you had ought to. Anyone who can do that to a sentence certainly can't afford to miss a grammar lesson. Just leave him with the janitor till school's out.
Did you do that on purpose?
Did you, Tom?
I didn't do nothing.
He did too. I saw him.
No one asked you, Betty.
Oh, he's always doing something mean.
Betty. Run along, Don.
Just wait till school's out.
Eh? One of these days, you're gonna learn to stay home.
Want me to walk home with you in case you meet Tom?
No thanks to it. I can take care of myself if I have to.
That Tom's sure a no good guy.
Oh, he's just a sorehead. He's burned out because nobody wants him in the club.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you at the clubhouse for the election. Say, when's that English kid gonna get here?
Jeepers, I forgot. Mom's bringing him from New York today. I better get home and clean up or Annie will give me the dickens.
As soon as you get him organized, let's give him the once-over. So long.
Thanks for sticking up for me today, Betty.
Oh, that Tom's just a big bully. I hope he doesn't pass again, then we won't have him in our class next year.
Don't worry, he won't pass.
Did you get a good report card?
Oh, pretty good.
What'd you get in arithmetic?
Oh, an A.
I only got a B, and I did homework most every night.
I guess arithmetic comes more natural to a man than it does to a girl.
They're coming. We better scram. My, but you're smart. Only one B.
Yeah, in grammar.
Oh, look! Oh, it's awful. I bet that Tom Sanders did this. I'll never be able to raise my head again.
Ha, ha, ha!
Are you going to let that big bully shame a lady in front of your very eyes?
What can I do?
Well, whenever the fairy Lane was insulted, Sir Lancelot rode forth on his white charger and avenged her.
I haven't got a white horse.
You don't have to have a horse to fight a duel.
Oh, nobody fights duels anymore. Besides, I haven't got a sword.
Well, you can fight him with your fists, can't you?
Oh, all right. But don't blame me if he gets a black eye. You big boob! I'll fix you!
Annie, this is Hugh.
How do you do?
Hello, Hugh. I bet he likes chocolate cookies, too.
I'll be in a minute, Mom. I gotta get cleaned up. No, never mind about that now. Just come on in as you are.
Okay, Mom.
Good grief, wouldn't you know it?
Donnie, you've been fighting again.
Today of all days.
I say, that is a beauty.
Son, this is Hugh.
How do you do?
Hello.
I say, that must have been a jolly good scrap.
Rather.
Oh, it was a good fight while it lasted.
I'd like to see the other fellow.
Oh, that Tom Sanders knows he was in a fight, all right. He thinks he can make fun of Betty.
Oh, so there was a lady involved.
Oh, Betty's no lady. She's just one of the kids at school.
Oh, well, come on, Donnie. Let's go in the kitchen and get that eye fixed up.
It'll be all right, Annie.
What you need is a bit of raw beef for that eye, old chap. Best thing in the world to bring it round. That's what I always use.
Did you ever have a black eye?
Oh, rather. After that tiff with Windermere, I had a beauty.
Donnie, you know I don't like you fighting with those big boys, and your father is... George, are you really just going to stand here and enjoy this?
Oh, I...
Does your dad ever whip you for fighting?
Whip? Oh, my father never canes me.
Canes you?
Yes, you know.
Your dog? Yep, that's Angus.
Good boy, Angus. Good chap.
Don, why don't you take Hugh upstairs now and show him your room? I've had a bed put in Don's room because I thought you'd like it better than being in a room by yourself.
Oh, how jolly. Thank you very much, Mrs. Andrews.
Come on, Hugh.
little fellow. I hope he isn't going to be too homesick so far away from his father and mother.
It's bound to feel a little strange at first.
Well, we must all be very kind to him.
I'll fix some tea. It'll make him feel more at home, I think.
Oh, make mine coffee, Annie.
Oh, George.
Now listen, Mary, I've got the factory running full blast, making supplies for England. I'll do anything in the world to help her win the war. But I'll be darned if I'll turn myself into an afternoon tea drinker.
Well, this is it. How do you like it? Ripping. I hope I'm not putting you out, old chap. Am I sharing your room?
Heck no. This one's yours. It's super. I tried it out last night.
Looks very comfortable. Like that, don't you, old chap?
Well, I've never seen him make up to anybody like that before.
He knows I like dogs. I say, what's that queer-looking device?
That's my hobo shooter. It's keen for shooting rocks.
Really? Rather looks like the ancient catapults that the barbarians used for storming strongholds.
Yeah, I guess so. I bet you know a lot about planes and war and bombing with your father in the RAF.
Yes, Pete has told me quite a bit. Of course, he couldn't reveal anything really important. Military secrets, you know. Mother's the one that's had all the excitement. She's in St. John's Ambulance Brigade. You know she drives an ambulance about London? One of the first things she told me when I left was not to bore everyone with stories about home. I say, what form are you in school?
Form? What's that? Oh, you mean grade. I'm in 6A.
Grade, is that what you call it? I must remember that. I expect it's going to be a little difficult at first. Remember all the names.
Yeah, I guess it will.
Suppose I better get cleaned up. Where's the lab?
Lab? Oh, you mean the bathroom. In there.
Thanks.
Here's your beefsteak, son. Oh, I wouldn't forget you, Angus. No, sir. Oh, Donnie, that's a pip. That is a pip. My goodness. Say, where's Hugh?
He's in the lab.
In the what?
The lab.
The lab? Oh, the... I get it.
He does talk like a professor, doesn't he, Dad? Gosh, English sure is a funny language.
You'll get used to it.
Maybe, if I can understand it.
Oh, when you're ready, Annie's making you some tea.
Tea?
Yeah.
What for?
Oh, it's an old English custom, Don.
Tea's for women.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bribe Annie to smuggle you a cup of hot chocolate, huh?
Thanks, Dad.
I hope he likes his tea.
Oh, don't worry about it, Mary. He'll never know the difference.
Best they had in the store.
I know, but the English are so fussy about their tea. I seem to remember an old saying, always bring the pot to the kettle, never the kettle to the pot, or something. Come on in, boys. And sit down.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Andrews.
One sugar?
3, please.
You see, I didn't forget you like milk in your tea.
Thank you.
This is swell tea.
Thank you.
I guess it's too weak.
Oh, no, this is fine, really.
Oh, no, don't drink it like that. Let me fix it for you. We just didn't know how you liked it, that's all.
Thank you. Why do you put the tea in those little sacks?
Oh, that's the way they sell it.
Oh.
It's English breakfast tea. I asked for it specially. There.
Thank you. Well, this is much better, Mrs. Andrews.
Isn't that the way they make tea at home, Hugh?
Well, not quite. You see, they put the boiling water into the pot to heat it, and then they take that out and put the tea in the bottom of the pot, and then they pour more boiling water on top of that tea. But this is fine, really it is. Just a little difference. I love it.
Would you like another cup of chocolate, Donnie?
No, thanks, Mom. A fine smuggler you are.
Shh.
May I be excused, Mom? I gotta get over to the club. We're electing a new president.
Now, wait a minute. Isn't this lawn cutting day?
Yeah, but I moved it back on account of the election. Besides, all the fellows want to meet Hugh. Mightn't I be a nuisance? Didn't I just say they were waiting to meet you? Oh, I'd like to meet your friends. If you're sure I won't...
Come on, let's go.
Thank you very much for the tea.
You're very welcome, Hugh. Have a good time.
Oh, boy, chocolate cookies!
Here. How many boys are going to be at the club today?
Oh, 10 of them on account of election.
Huh? Well, maybe these will help you get some extra votes.
Gee, thanks, Annie. You think of everything.
I say, are you in line for office, Don?
He sure is. He's the club's next president.
Now, wait a minute, Annie. I haven't been elected yet.
But you will be.
Oh, sure. It won't be much fun for you today, Hugh. Just sitting around and watching them elect me president. Goodbye, Annie. Bye, Annie.
Bye.
Come on, Angus.
Does the streamliner come along here?
Oh, no. This is just an old freight line. Come on. Come on. Come on, Angus. Come on. Come on, Angus. Come on. Come on. There. Come on. Come on. This is an old bus. We fixed it up ourselves. Not bad. Not bad. Come on. Well, we'll all form. Yep. Hello, Beanie. Hiya, Nosey. Hi, Don. Have a cookie. Oh, boy. Where did I get it home? Boy, Tom sure hung a lulu on you. Aw, it was just a lucky punch. How's about the election?
Oh, we already had him.
You did? I didn't vote.
You didn't have to.
3 cheers for the new president.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Say, isn't that the English kid? Oh, Hugh, come on over and meet the fellas. Fellas, this is Hugh Aylesworth I was telling you about. He's the kind of a guy us men call a good egg.
How are you, Hugh?
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
Hi, Hugh. That's Boots. Hello. And that's Flip. Nosy. How's it? Beanie.
Hiya, Hugh.
Ronald. Hello, Hugh. Billy.
How you been?
Andy and Dink.
How are you, Hugh?
Hi.
How do you do, everybody?
Say, you must have been in some of those air raids.
Yes, I have been in a few of them.
Well, tell us about them.
Yeah,
tell us about them.
Well, yeah. It's fun, really, they're not. They're pretty bad.
What about those Stuka bombers?
Stuka bombers.
Are the Messerschmitts faster than the Spitfires? They say the Hurricanes are really the stuff.
The Stukas only got through when our Hurricanes and Spitfires were too hopelessly outnumbered.
London must be a pile of junk by now.
Oh, London can take it. Most of it's still standing. In fact, many districts have hardly been touched. No kidding.
Say, he's all right. Of course, that language he gives out is a little fancy. I told you he was a swell egg. I'm glad Mom invited him. Sort of like having a kid brother.
We could hear the cries of help, help. The workers started digging frantically through the wreckage of the house. It was horrible. I tried to help. The cries got louder and louder, and then suddenly we dug through. And what do you think we saw?
No!
An old bald-headed parrot who did nothing but swear at us for rescuing him.
How did you find the boys at the club, Hugh?
Well, they seem very nice. They're rather like our chaps at home. Once you get used to the way they talk.
You know, like Super and Keen and Jeeps. Jeepers.
Oh, yes, Jeepers.
Did you get to play any games?
We were pretty busy with the election and all.
I remember your father telling me you were pretty good at cricket.
Me? Oh, no, sir. In fact, I bat rather a sticky wicket.
You find that baseball's a little different from cricket.
Yes, we don't have those round bats. We have the flat ones. And we don't wear those things on the hands. Mittens?
They're mitts.
Oh, yes, mitts. Dad, did you remember to get some rubber bands for my hobo shooter?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, you put a string around my finger tomorrow at breakfast, will you? Hugh, did you pester your father for rubber bands?
No, sir, but I was always plaguing him for odds and ends of chemicals. You see, I went in for chemistry at school. In a small sort of a way.
Good, I'll have our chemist put some things away for you, if you promise not to blow up the house.
Oh, and don't forget to stop and get the toaster at the repair shop, will you, dear?
You're gonna look awful funny with strings on all your fingers.
Oh, boy, Snow Mountain!
Annie made it specially. Donnie's so fond of it, she thought maybe you'd like it, too.
Oh, thank you.
Donnie, don't gobble.
Sorry, but me and Dad have to finish off our game of Chinese checkers.
Oh, do you? And what about your homework?
If I finish early enough, can we?
Well, if you finish early enough. Hugh, do you play Chinese checkers?
No, sir, but I do play chess. I did notice your lovely set.
Well, that's a challenge, sir. You've got yourself a game.
Thank you.
Stand up for the Star-Spangled Banner, not for my country 'tis of thee.
That's God Save the King.
I guess I ought to know my country 'tis of thee. I've sung it often enough.
Now, just a minute. All this isn't doing my chest any good. And as for your little argument, you're both right. It's the same tune, but each country has its own words. Now, Hugh is standing up because it's his national anthem, and he should be proud of it. I'll get back to your lessons, Donnie.
Oh, Dad, what part of a circle is a half of it?
What's that, son?
I said, what part of a circle is a half of it?
What part of a circle is a half of it? It's a fourth.
Oh, sure, that's what I thought. That's one of my father's best mistakes.
Oh, Dad.
Let me help you, Donnie.
No, thanks, Mom. This is a business question. Dad, if it takes one horse 6/7 of a day to plow a field that a two-horse team can plow in 2/5 of the time, what part of a day can the team plow it in?
If it takes a horse 6/7 of a day, well, 6/7 of 2/5 of two horses would be 6/7. 6. Now, Donnie, what good is it going to do you if I work your problems for you? Now,
wait a minute. Never mind, Dad. I've got it. Figuring a 12-hour day, two horses can plow the field in 4 hours and 5 minutes. Boy, am I glad that's done.
It's 8:30, Miss Andrews.
Oh, thank you, Annie.
Oh, checkmate.
you little rascal. I'll get even with you. I demand a return engagement, sir.
Righto, that'll be a pleasure, sir. How about our game, Dad?
8:30, bedtime.
Oh, gee, just one game?
Now, darling, it's school night.
On account of Hugh's being here, can't I stay up just a half an hour extra tonight?
Now, Don?
Okay. Come on, Angus. Let's go, Hugh. Night, Dad.
Good night, son.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Hugh.
Thank you.
I'll be up to tuck you in.
Bless Mom and Dad and Annie and help me be a good boy. Amen. God bless Mommy and Daddy and keep them safe. Bless our King and Queen and protect England. Amen. This is comfortable. Didn't I tell you? Good chap, Angus.
Angus. Come here. We're not sleeping over there tonight. Come here. Move over, Angus. You're on my foot.
All set, boys?
Righto. Washed my teeth, combed my hair, hung up my pants, and said my prayers.
That's wonderful. Good night. Sleep tight.
Night, Mom.
Good night, Hugh. I hope you're going to be happy here with us. We want you to feel that you're part of the family.
I'm sure I shall. Thank you, Mrs. Andrews.
Now get a good night's sleep. Pleasant dreams, and don't be lonesome.
I shan't be lonesome, as long as I know that Mommy and Daddy are all right.
Oh, don't worry, darling. I'm sure they are. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
All set?
Righto.
Well, did you get your twins tucked in?
Snug as a bug.
I certainly got a kick out of Annie tonight, making up to Hugh with that snow mountain.
Oh, and of course you didn't like it.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
You're the biggest baby in the house.
Hurry, they're coming closer. Hurry, Mommy, hurry. Turn those lights out. Turn them out. What's wrong? Turn those lights out. What's the matter? Can't you hear the warning? Turn that light out.
Wake up, Hugh. Wake up. There, darling.
Be quiet, Angus. It's all right, son. That wasn't an air raid siren. It was only a police car.
Sure. I didn't even hear it.
Sounded so much like it.
Yes, of course it did. But it's all over now. Do you feel better?
Quite. I'm awfully sorry I woke you all up like this.
Oh, never mind about that. Come along now. Back to bed, boys. Now, there you are. Good night again.
Good night, boys.
Night. Good night.
Don't get scared again, Hugh. Me and Angus are here. All set?
Righto.
Poor little tyke.
It's a fine world that'll do things like that to innocent little children.
You know, Mary, it never occurred to me before what a responsibility it's going to be taking care of another man's son.
But we're going to do a good job of it.
You know, I'm glad you arranged for him to be in Don's class. It'll make things easier for him.
John started to school carrying his lunch. John is the subject.
That's right.
Started is the predicate. To is the preposition. School is the object. Gee, he's the smartest kid in school. I thought you said Don was. Carrying is the participle.
That's right.
His is the pronoun.
Splendid. That's far enough for now, Hugh. Don, will you take the sentence from there? Don Andrews. Please review the next word.
Well, carrying is...
I said the next word. If you'd pay more attention. Sit down. All right. Tom Sanders.
Oh, lunch is the word. Well, lunch is something to eat. Sit down, tight pants.
What was that remark, Tom?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
We'll see that you don't, or you'll have to stay after school.
All right.
Coming over to the club? Yeah, a little later. I gotta go home first. Hey, Hugh! He's really got himself surrounded. Yeah. Say, what's he got that we haven't got? Another clipper staff?
What boat did you come over on? Were there many girls on the boat? How long did it take? Did you see any bombers? Oh, I would have been frightened. My mother wants you to come over and have tea with us sometime soon. Well, I'm terribly sorry. I'm going to learn to make Yorkshire pudding and trifles.
Trifle?
She means trifle.
Come on.
We'd better go to the rescue.
Say, did you see any submarines? No, in fact, it was quite a pleasant crossing.
Going our way, mister?
Yes, thank you very much. Well, goodbye.
Bye, you. Bye, Betty.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
See you at the club.
So long.
Chickers, here they come.
All right, wait a minute.
Hurry up.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Dad and I always walk home together. Oh, please let me carry your books for you, please. Thank you. Oh! Look! Tight pants! Oh, that Tom Sanders. I wish I were a man.
So do I.
Ha, ha, ha! Tight pants!
You know, I'm getting to be a pretty good drawer.
Look here, Sanders. I can't see where it's any of your concern what I wear. I'd appreciate you minding your own business. You know, you're not a bit funny.
Hello, Angus. Been waiting long?
Hello, Angus.
Hello, Annie. What are you making?
Tea? Oh, shucks.
I could do with a spot of tea. May I have milk, Annie?
Help yourself, plenty of nice spots.
Hello, boys. Hello.
Well, how did you like school?
Very much. Very different, though. Never had a lady teacher before. There weren't any girls in our school at all.
Oh, you'll get used to 'em, Hugh.
Hope so. Can't help thinking how different it all is back home.
Well, tea's ready. Will you help me with the tea wagon?
Put your milk down, Don. Let's go. Careful now.
Make it snappy, Hugh. Gotta cut the lawn before we go to the club.
Oh, look, Don. I've just written to Hugh's mother, and I think it would be nice if he enclosed a note.
Well, I should like that very much.
Well, it looks as though I'll have to cut the lawn all by myself.
Well, it'll be my turn next week, Dawn.
Oh, all right.
Oh, a piece of propeller.
Yes, from Daddy's first Messerschmitt.
A real one?
I thought they were wood. Look where the bullet hit.
Come on, fellas. Let's get started.
Say, Don, did you see this? Hugh says a piece of propeller from the first Messerschmitt his father brought down.
Yes, I saw it. Come on, fellas. We've got business to attend to. Hey, Flip. Where is our sergeant of arms? He owes 3 cents.
Hey, you can't go in there. It's orders.
Says you. Come on, Dick.
What do you want?
We're joining this club.
Not unless we vote you in, you're not.
What do you want? Hey. You gonna vote against me? Anybody here voting against me? And we're in. Shove over. Think I'll be president. Anybody got any objections?
No, wait a minute. We made this clubhouse, and you got no business here.
What are you looking for, another black eye? Hey, what are you doing here, tight pants?
I asked him, and the fellas all like him.
Yeah,
Shut up. I don't like you, see? And from now on, I'm doing all the asking around here, so you better get out.
Just a moment, old chap. I've been accepted by the members of this club, and as I told you before, I can't see where it's any of your affair.
Oh, you can't you? Well, I'm making it my affair, see? And, you better get out while it getting's good, old chap.
Sanders, it looks as if you're the one who should leave.
And, who's gonna make me?
I rather think we'll have to try it.
Goodbye!
Oh, here it is. To make a beefsteak and kidney pie, cut 3 pounds of beef into small squares. Season with pepper and salt. Add a tablespoonful of onions.
And Annie, have you any of that beefsteak left?
Hugh, good heavens, have you been fighting already?
Rather. Had to put that Sanders in his place.
Oh, Don, what do you suppose Hugh's mother would say if she knew you got him into a fight with that great big boy?
John didn't start the blitz, Mrs. Andrews. It was that Sanders chap. Anyway, it's better to take a jolly good beating and to let a blighter steal what belongs to you.
Oh, I wish that Sanders family had never moved into this neighborhood.
Tom's been calling him tight pants all day.
Well, Annie, get the hot water.
Wait. This is all it needs.
Donnie! Well, now you've spoiled it. We were going to have a beefsteak and kidney pie as a surprise for Hugh. Well, you'll just have to tell us something else you like.
Well, now, don't make any rash promises. You know, I'm not up on these English dishes.
Couldn't we have something American?
Anything you like.
Well, there's always been one delicacy I wanted to try.
What's that?
Hot dogs.
Come on, Hugh, one more.
I can't. I'm terribly sorry.
You're not going to leave that one lonesome little hot dog there all by itself.
I'm awfully sorry, but I can't fit it. Why do they call them hot dogs, Mr. Andrews?
Well, it's because they bark when you broil them. Oh, you ask Angus, he'll tell you.
Phew. For once in my life, I can really say I've had enough hot dogs.
Well, Annie, I guess you'll have to eat it.
Oh, not me. I'm on the 6th day of my 9-day diet, and I'm not breaking it. Maybe I can sell it to Angus.
Okay, but don't you go out there and eat it. You shouldn't have had that last hot dog, Angus. Where's Hugh, Dad?
I think he went upstairs. Your mother said something about tight pants.
Let's go, Angus.
These are grand. Say, aren't those my pants? Yes, your mother gave them to me.
She's got a lot of nerve, giving my pants away. She might have asked me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you knew.
Nobody said anything to me.
I only meant to borrow them till I could get a pair of my own. I'll take them right off.
Don't bother. You can have them. Take it easy, Hugh. That's only the mail plane.
Why can't I remember that? About these trousers.
I said you could have them, didn't I?
Thank you very much, Dawn. I think I'll wear these to the football match.
Game, not match. What game? When?
Saturday. Your father said he was going to take us.
He did? Could have said something to me about it.
Yes, I think I will wear these to the match. I mean game. I wear my old tight pants when I'm helping you around the yard and messing around with my chemicals. I wouldn't soil these for anything.
And does it burn just like the kind you buy?
Oh, quite. There's a match. Why don't you try it?
Hey, Don, come here. We're gonna light a snake in the grass. Aw, heck. We've been making them all week. Gee, we can have 4th of July anytime we want. Jeepers. What are you working on now, Hugh?
Father showed me how to make paint once. I'm trying to work out the formula.
We're gonna make paint and paint the clubhouse.
What colors are gonna be? Haven't thought of the color yet. See, I can't quite remember how to mix it. What's the matter? Isn't it working? Close that door, Flip. The wind's getting too strong. This may be it.
Come on in, Don. I think he's got it.
Was it 2? Or was it 8? I'll make it 8.
Oh!
dead mouse.
More like a dead horse.
Didn't smell that bad before. I say, that's worse than a stink bomb. Angus hasn't got much confidence in me.
Angus has. Me and Angus both have it.
Oh, gosh, that air smells good.
That was really awful.
That settles it. That was the wrong mixture.
The next time you ride home, why don't you ask your dad for the formula?
I shall. I never want to go through that again.
When you ride, why don't you ask him to send a picture of himself in his RAF uniform?
Yes, I will. I'll write tonight. I do so hope they're all right. I left so hurriedly they didn't have a chance to have their photos taken in their uniforms. But I know they'll do it for me. I just know they will. Let me see the censor stamp. Do they open every letter? Oh, how exciting.
That's super.
Look, girls. My mother and father.
Oh. Isn't he handsome?
Imagine your mother driving an ambulance.
Isn't she sweet?
She looks just like my Aunt Martha.
How are you? Angus must have graduated. He doesn't follow you to school anymore.
Yeah.
Going to the club?
Gotta cut the lawn first.
Aren't you going to wait for Hugh?
He knows the way home.
He's sure getting to be a ladies' man.
Yeah.
The fellas think he's keen, too. Ever since the day at the club when he let Tom have it.
We all helped, didn't we?
Oh, sure. But he started it. Anyway, Tom hasn't bothered us since then.
Yeah, I know. See you later, Fleck.
Wonder what's eating him.
What are we having for dinner tonight, Annie? Anything good?
I've just finished my first Yorkshire pudding.
For Pete's sake, what's that?
You ask Hugh, he can tell you.
Oh, gee, can't you cook something I like for a change?
Why, Don, that isn't nice for you to say.
Well, I'm getting fed up with everybody making a fuss over him.
What's the matter with the sprout?
Well, he's been acting kind of funny lately. Haven't you noticed it?
Why, no, I hadn't noticed it. Hasn't been causing you any trouble, has he, Annie?
Oh, no, he hasn't caused me any trouble, but you know how it is. Being 50% of the whole thing isn't like being the whole cheese.
Oh, you're imagining things.
Maybe so.
Where's Hugh?
Well, he hasn't got home from school yet. I was just brewing him some tea.
Good. I'll be home early, Annie.
I didn't know there was any work to be done.
Don't bother, I'm about finished.
Well, in that case, I'll get Annie to fix me a pot of tea.
Say, you've been here long enough to call things by the right names.
Look here, if you really want to know it, you have the wrong name for things.
Hey, fellas! Something awful's happened. Tom's taken over the clubhouse, and he won't let us in.
Doggone it, am I gonna have trouble with him again?
It's no cricket, he can't do that.
Oh, no? Well, he's doing it.
Why didn't you all rush him?
Fat chance. He's got your hobo shooter with a big rock in it and was going to let us have it.
Persistent chap, that Saunders.
I suppose I'll have to fight him again.
Wait a minute, Don. I think I've an idea of evacuating the bloke. Sometimes cunning is better than physical combat.
For Pete's sake, Hugh, will you talk English?
I'm trying to. Flip, you get the fellas and meet us behind the clubhouse. But be quiet.
Oak.
Don, you come with me. I hope I've got enough of that sulfate left.
Quiet. I always get on when I'm excited. My stomach jumps.
Well, hold your breath.
And swallow hard.
Here, take these. Be careful.
Don't drop them.
Say, what's the gas?
Shh. Has the enemy made any moves?
No word from the lookout tower yet.
What was that? Don't you know a meadowlark when you hear one?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you dope.
Follow me.
I've got a feeling I'm going to end up with a punch on the nose. If I remember the wrong formula right, Sanders won't be thinking about our noses.
Guess you scared them out all right.
Yeah, the sissies.
Careful. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Boy, this is a swell layout. We can have a lot of fun here.
Yeah, they got a lot of nice stuff laying around.
Think it'll work? Let's watch the front door.
Hey, I bet we could get a buck for that easy.
Sure.
Nothing's happening.
Boy, this place sure stinks. The first thing I want you to do is clean up this joint.
I'll swipe a can of cleaner from old lady and get the place fixed up.
You better.
Oh, it ain't gonna work. Those guys are used to smells like that.
I'm getting out of the Wow, that was super, Hugh.
They'll never come back.
How did you mix it?
You're all right, Hugh. You know your stuff.
Now you're a super,
You
Hugh.
are wonderful.
Well,
They
you
won't
didn't
come back
know.
here in a million years.
No.
Like you'll think. In a million years. What was that?
An explosion. I must have used too much sulfate that time.
I don't know how you ever thought you were going to get paid out of that stuff. You were heading for gunpowder.
I must have made a mistake someplace along the way. Let's see what Daddy says about this.
Yeah.
Say. Oh, I see. How simple. You fellas get the clubhouse cleaned out. Don and I are going to start making paint.
I finally got hip to who smoked us out.
Was that right?
It was John Bull, all right.
I can smell that stuff yet.
My old man still thinks I met up with a skunk.
Hey, fellas, look what my pop give me.
Gee, a new brush. That's swell. You can go around back and help Nosy.
Say, where's Hugh and everybody?
They haven't got here from school yet.
I'm going to change clothes and get over the club. I got to see that the paint's put on right.
Well, I'm going to write to Mummy. Tell her about my report card.
Hello, boys. Did I hear something about report cards?
Mm-hmm.
May I see them?
I didn't do too well in spelling. You see, everything's so different here.
Hugh spells check, C-H-E-Q-U-E.
B in spelling, but all the rest A's. Oh, that's excellent, Hugh. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Let me see your report card, Don.
I really got to hurry, Mom, and get over to the club.
Let me see the card. Oh, so that's why you were in such a hurry.
Oh, why do people make such a fuss about an old report card?
Oh, but really, Don, this is pretty awful, and Hugh's was almost perfect.
Well, I guess there can't be two perfect guys in one family.
Why, Don?
Nothing's been right around here since that guy showed up.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Hello? Oh, yes, dear. You did? Oh, that's wonderful. When is the broadcast to be?
What are you following me around for? You're just like everybody else. Always making a fuss over him. Think nobody ever got a report card full of A's before.
tea every afternoon. Always cooking things he likes. Got no time for myself anymore.
Well, I'll tell him. Oh, he'll be so happy. Wait a minute, dear Hugh. I have something to tell you. I'll be right up.
Thanks. Even the fellas at the club want to play cricket when I want to play baseball. And I'm getting sick and tired of it.
Anything bothering you, Don?
Nothing bothers me.
Good chap, Angus, good chap.
Oh, Hugh. Instead of writing to your mother, how would you like to talk to her?
Talk to her?
There's a shortwave radio broadcast every Sunday, and they invite English children to come there and talk to their parents.
Golly, how wonderful.
And Mr. Andrews has arranged for you to go to New York next Sunday.
New York? Oh, boy, where do we leave?
Oh, darling, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid your father hasn't planned on taking anyone but Hugh.
Oh, gee whiz. Can't I ever do anything?
Why, Donnie. After all, it won't hurt you to stay at home and do a little studying. Remember that report card.
Hugh gets to do everything.
Now, Donnie.
Please, Mrs. Andrews, can't Don go too?
No, I'm afraid not. Now, why don't you just jot down a few of the things you want to say to your mother so you won't forget them at the last minute?
Well, that's a splendid idea. Broadcast notes. I like the way Americans say, yeah. Chewing gum, funny papers, amazing.
BBC London standing by.
New York standing by.
Who's your first duration visitor? Already New York. Is Rona ready?
Go ahead, Rona.
Here are Major and Mrs. Whittaker.
Hello, Rona. How are you, dear? Are you happy?
Hello, Puddin'. This is Daddy. Isn't this wonderful, talking with each other clear across the ocean? Me? Oh, I never felt better in my life.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Don't you worry about us.
And don't you worry about me. But I wish the puddle between us weren't quite so big. And, Daddy, please don't call me Puddin'. I've been keeping that a dark secret. Give my love to Granny and Aunt Flora and Bessie. Oh, yes. Everyone's so lovely to me here, and I'll tell them. Oh, dear, I had such lots I wanted to say, and...
Time's up now, pet. Take good care of yourself, lassie. Say goodbye to your mother.
Goodbye, baby. Be a good girl, and always remember that you're one of Britain's little ambassadors. Cheerio.
Hello, New York. This is the BBC London standing by. Who is your next duration guest?
Patricia and Bunny Roeder all set here in New York.
Mrs. Roeder? She's here.
Mrs. Roeder, I wish you could see these two smart-looking young people here. Come on, Bunny, over here, right up to the microphone. Say hello, speak to your mother, will you, Bunny?
Hello, Patricia. Hello, Bunny. Hello there. Speak to Mommy.
I know you want to speak to your mother, Patricia.
Hello, Bunny. Bunny dear, can't you hear me? Bunny, can you still snort like a pig?
Hello, Mommy. How are you, Mommy? Hello, Mommy. It's my birthday Saturday. We're having a party for me. Will you come? We're having lots and lots of ice cream. Mommy, I can play a new piece on the piano now. And Bunny's lost a tooth. And when are you going to send me my doll's petticoat?
Petticoat's on its way, darling.
They're all right, Mrs. Roder, once they get started. Just give them time to catch their breaths.
Now be good children and drink your milk every day and do everything Mrs. Cummings tells you. Please give her my love and tell her how grateful we all are. Goodbye, my little chicks. Goodbye.
Hello, New York. Who's your next guest?
This is New York, and here's Hugh Aylesworth.
Right. Mrs. Aylesworth, please.
Go ahead, Hugh.
Hello.
Hello, Hugh, darling.
Hello, Mother. Oh, it's terribly good to hear your voice. How are you? Oh, I'm fine. How's Daddy? Is he there?
No, darling, he couldn't get here, but he sent his love. He's very fit and very happy because he has a fast new American plane.
Oh, boy, is that super. Oh, I'm sorry, Mother. Super's an expression I picked up from the fellows at the club. It means keen. I mean splendid.
Darling, will you give the Andrews my love and tell them how terribly grateful we all are? How are you and Don getting along?
Oh, Don is a fine chap, and I'm very fond of Mr. and Mrs. Andrews. Remember what Mr. Andrews said when he came over to us? Well, I really think Don doesn't want to be President of the United States. It's the worst job in the country. Everybody wants to run the office for him. I read the papers every day to see how things are getting on with you.
Oh, darling, you needn't worry about us. We're doing splendidly. Aunt Betty sends her love, and so does Maggie. Oh, and Hugh, I do hope you're not experimenting too wildly with your chemicals. It wouldn't be nice to blow the Andrews up after all their kindness.
Oh, they don't mind, and they're awfully fine. They're super. I mean splendid.
I know they love you. God bless them all.
Give my love to Daddy, and, oh, time's up now, Mother, and, oh, I nearly forgot. The fellas at the club, they told me to remember to give you their love. Good luck, and cheerio. God bless. Oh, I forgot my notes.
Oh, boy. Gosh, your pop must be a keen flyer. Say, my dad says he's going to learn how to fly. Ah, he's too old to learn. He is not.
What kind of plane's he got? Oh, Mother just said it was one of those very fast American planes.
It must be one of those P-38s. They haven't sent any of those over there yet.
Excuse me, Don, I think they have. The radio announcer said that they...
See, I guess you ought to know. You're the most important man we ever had in this club. Hey, fellas, I think this is a swell time to tell Hugh what we're talking about. Don't you?
Sure!
Yeah,
Well, what about Don?
Well, while you were in New York, we all got to thinking, and, well, we decided...
Go ahead, tell him.
Well, we
want you for our president.
You want me for your president?
Sure, you got
Yeah.
me to Concourse,
What?
didn't you?
What are you all talking about? Donnie is the best president we could have. Where is Don?
Oh, he's gone. Come on, let's vote. What for? It's already settled.
Now listen to me, fellas. Oh, I see. You're joking.
No, we're not. We mean it.
Has Don resigned? I'm frightfully sorry. If you want a new president, you'll have to get someone else. It's not going to be me. You better get back to the club. They're gonna make Hugh president. Hugh? Yeah, 'cause he's a big shot. And he got rid of Tom. That's sort of keen. Are you crazy? No, I was gonna leave anyway. Get away from here. Hop a freight. Get a job, maybe. You're as bad as the rest of them. Look at you. You haven't wanted to sleep on my bed since he got here. Of course they want him for president. He's a big shot. Talking to London. Father in the RAF. Because I can't play chess. Is that any reason for everybody not liking me anymore? Look. Come on, let's get out of here.
What's the matter, you scared?
Nobody used to think I was so dumb. I always got A's before he got here. Well, didn't I? Look, Don, something happened over the club after you left. I know, and it's okay with me. I don't want any part of you or that club either. Don, listen. Don't you understand that... Oh, leave me alone. You're the whole cheese around here. Your good grades and fancy talk and spots of tea. Everybody breaking their necks to do things for you. Even Angus is starting to bark with an English accent. Don, honestly, you're wrong. Please listen to my side of it for a minute, please. Oh, sure. I'm always wrong. Please, Don, I know what's the matter. Oh, skip it. Come on, Angus. Where are you going? Who cares? They've got you. They won't miss me. Are you coming or not? You're like all the rest, just like I said. Okay, stay here if you want to. Wait a minute, Don.
We better get him inside.
Yes. Wait a minute! Let go! Let go! Ow!
And don't tell me you didn't mean to hit him either.
Let go of my leg, Dick! Help me! Dick, on my leg! Dick! No, wait! You break my leg! Don't! Let go! Oh, don't do that, Dick! Dick!
You must have heard something, Annie.
Well, all I heard was Donnie ran through the kitchen and then Hugh run after him. And then I heard Hugh say, Don, don't. Please don't.
You mean that Don did this?
Well, I'm just telling you what I heard, Mr. Andrews.
Get some water, Annie, please.
Yes, sir. Cut it out! You want me to wake you? You'll never do it again! Take it easy. I didn't do nothing.
You think you're so tough? I'll show you.
Oh!
Coming round now. Oh, there, darling, you're all right.
Oh, that was quite a blow.
Why did Don hit you?
Don? He didn't hit me. It was that Tom Sanders. Just getting even because I stunk him out of the clubhouse.
Tom Sanders?
Yes, he hit me. Crashing good blow, too.
There, I knew it couldn't have been Donnie.
Well, he's been acting so moody lately, sulking all the time.
He hasn't been sulking, Mr. Andrews. He's just unhappy. He doesn't think anybody loves him anymore.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Nobody loves him.
Yes, that's right. That's what he told me. It's because the chaps at the clubhouse have been making such a fuss of me. Wanting me for president. It's not because they like me better than Don. It's because I'm newer. Because my father's in the RAF, and you've been so kind to me. trying to keep me from being homesick. And it looks to Don as if you don't love him anymore. And anyway, that's why he's running away, and I've just got to find him.
Running away?
Mary, there's a lot in what Hugh says.
Oh, George, we must have been blind.
Don!
Hey, Dick! Come on, help me, will you?
I'm coming. Oh, yeah!
Ow! Mercy me, what a day. Donnie's having a fight with those two big bullies. Where? Out the back way.
Look out! Cover him up! Here I come! You big lump! That's one for Angus!
Well, are you just going to stand here and enjoy this? Aren't you going to help?
Oh, now listen, Mary, we've been helping too much lately.
Help! 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 That's a help! Let's see a dog!
That's right, Don.
Get up, get up.
And I'll find, Donnie. I'm going to see how many quick.
Help! Let me out here!
Look at you in there.
Let me out of here! I'll kill my old man!
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't you know better than to swing a haymaker like that? Well, if I did hit him, it would hurt him. Yeah, but you've got no protection that way. He could hit you twice while you were just swinging. Well, if it hit him first, he would stun him. That's just like you. Everything backwards, you'll never learn. What difference does it make? We licked them, didn't we? Yeah, we did at that. We make a pretty good team, don't we? That's right. That's right.
Oh, I've just got time to make a snow mountain.
Annie, with plenty of strawberries, huh?
Sure you're comfortable? Rather. You really shouldn't wait on me this way. I say, that is a bit thick. You're practically my brother, aren't you? You're down tootin'. Here, you taking for tonight. Boy, is this super. Right, old chap? All set, buddy.